Hi and welcome back to Larand Gaming, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. I am Larand, and yes, are you one of those that has tried to do obbies on mobile? Yeah, well, I have just a few days ago. I'm so totally horrible at it, so I felt like I had to do a video of this because there are things that you can do to help yourself a little bit, at least when it comes to well, playing on mobile, and especially when it comes to obbies. So I want to show you how you can connect an ordinary gamepad to your mobile, because my mobile has a very small screen. It's very difficult to navigate and maneuver the camera and make precision jumps, and I believe I'm at least a little bit better by using the gamepad. So I want to show you how you can do that yourself. So we're gonna use maybe, well, at least one gamepad. We can maybe hook up 2 or 3 different gamepads on an Android mobile or a tablet, doesn't really matter. You might be able to do it on iPhone and iPad, but I'm not sure because I don't have one myself, so I can't test it right now. But yeah, so let's get started. Yes, and so here we have an ordinary Samsung mobile. It has the USB-C connector at the end here, and we're gonna need to connect it to an old PlayStation 3 gamepad, and it has this micro USB port. Either, if you're lucky, of course, you can have just a direct connection with this port down to the USB-C. However, I don't have such cable, so I need an adapter. And I got myself this one, so it has a USB-C on this end and a traditional USB port on the other side. So we're gonna connect that to the mobile, and we have the ordinary charge cable to the controller, so we can connect these two together, meaning that we will have the USB to the micro USB. So let's connect these, see how it goes. There we go, connecting that one as well, like this. Oh, it's so dusty. But it's been living in a drawer for many years, okay? So as you can see, it starts to blink. Let's see if we press the PlayStation button here. Perfect. And you could see that the screen just turned on ever so briefly. So it's at this point you can actually start to use the controller right away. You don't need additional software or anything when you use this cable. It's very convenient, as you can see. You can navigate. Here we have some mobile games that I've been playing, and we have Roblox. And okay, connection error. That's a great start. Let's see if we can connect it anyway. So I had to restart the application, but it doesn't really matter. You can start Fishing Simulator just by tapping it, just like a normal game. Just enter the game, and we will just wait for it to load. I will leave the controller here. Yes, and here we go. We can start by playing, and of course we're gonna start to use the gamepad as well. So here we have it. We're gonna close that one, and let's see, is it gonna load anything more, or is it ready? I think it's starting to be ready. My mobile isn't the fastest one, but I think it will do the job. Yes, so here we have it. Playing mobile games with the gamepad. So you can also sprint by using this number 2 button on the left side. So with this setup, I think it's at least a little bit easier to do obbies. So we can go inside and see how it goes. Because, yeah, me playing on a mobile screen, that's a horrible combination. But what I also notice when you are on a mobile is that it tends to jump when you don't really maybe always want to jump. As you can see here, when I go up this little ledge, it makes a jump. I didn't do the jump though, but it still makes that jump, and I don't really like that. And then the sensitivity is just very slow right now, so when I rotate the camera it goes kind of slow, but maybe we can adjust the sensitivity of that. Haven't tried it. Okay, this one is It was very dirty. I'm gonna just clean up this controller a little bit so it looks a little bit better. Be right back. So this is playing with the gamepad on a mobile. We're gonna see how this goes. It's still not gonna be easy because I'm not that good on gamepad, even though I have a lot of experience by playing on consoles. I'm still considered to be a PC gamer. So I'm just by far more used to have a keyboard and mouse. But this is at least some kind of assistance that I prefer if I have to play on mobile. This is a very cheap controller, so this is something that I believe most people can find in a thrift store. And one of the more difficult things I think is when you use a mobile, there's such a small screen, and I think that's one of the most difficult things, at least for me when playing. Yeah. So when I do this, I just take my time. I don't want to try to rush anything. The camera control tends to be a little bit annoying when you do some of these jumps, because if you have the camera rotated and you start to move sideways, it wants to self-center behind you, and that to me that causes a lot of confusion sometimes with the controls, and I fall off basically. But that's just because I'm inexperienced by doing this. I'm just a normal PC player, but yeah, it's just a matter of practice. So just a few more jumps and we are done with this obby. Let's see, we have now just one last jump. I don't want to fail because that would be a pain. And we are done. Okay, so let's see. This doesn't actually... It says X to pull, but it's actually the square button. It's not the X, that's jump. But okay, it doesn't matter. Here we go. The obby and the SFA area is unlocked, and this is also something that you can do with all kinds of Roblox games basically. So use the gamepad if you are on a mobile and have a difficult time to navigate and control your character directly on the screen. You can do a combination, of course, because the key mapping on a controller isn't perfect when it comes to reaching all the different functions, but I think you can at least scroll through everything here with these R1 and L1 buttons. But this is just for PlayStation 3 controllers, so just to show you very quickly how to also connect something that is wireless, because yeah, not everyone has these kinds of wires and adapters for USB-C, for instance. So let's just short break. I'll go get a new controller and see how we can connect this with Bluetooth instead. Yes, and here we have the controller. This time it's a Microsoft Xbox One controller. This one is obviously more expensive than the first one, which was a PlayStation 3 controller. But I think, well, these are the kinds of controllers that some people might have laying around, so why not use them for something? Because yeah, these ones are just gathering dust at home right now. So first of all, we need to start it so it starts to blink, and we need to make it so it starts to synchronize. So we have this synchronize button. We press that and hold it. Now it starts to flash, and that's good. So that means that if we go into, let's see if we can get the mobile in screen here. So while this is flashing, we need to go to the Bluetooth, like yeah, you have it down here. Press on that one, and then you have available devices. And since this is currently flashing, we can try to pair it. Let's see if that works. Pair with Xbox wireless controller. We press pair, and now this flashing has stopped, meaning that it should be working. And as you can see, we can navigate with this wireless controller now. So that's how you do the same thing, and the rest is basically identical, but this time you don't use a wire, so that's kind of nice. This helps a lot, I think, in many different Roblox games, so strongly advise you to try it out. You might like it, or maybe if you prefer to use the screen, yeah, sure, why not, go ahead. But in my case, I am totally horrible at using the screen to play 3D games in Roblox. It's just not working for me, basically. So if I do it, I use a controller. I need it. Otherwise, I just stick to the PC because that's where that's my home, basically. All right. Well, in any case, that was all I had for you today. If you do have any questions and comments about this, please put them below. Like this video if you'd like to see more content from Roblox and Fishing Simulator. Please subscribe, and yes, have a nice day. This chest is mine. 25 gems. Perfect. Bye everyone.